Good day. Welcome. Lovely that you're joining for this meditation. And every morning, we have a spiritual class, and many beautiful topics are taken up. But one that really stayed with me was an invitation to explore as I walk out the door every day. What role am I going to play in the world? There's the outer role, go to work, do my thing. In my case, I jump around as a fitness instructor, but really, what role am I playing? And sometimes we compare this to Superman or the superhero. Superman's a great one because on the surface, he's kind of mild-mannered Clark Kent, newspaper journalist for the Daily Planet, not really great at his job. He never seems to be around when the story breaks. And he doesn't seem too concerned, and they don't seem to fire him. So it's working out okay. But underneath, he's always listening for that call of despair. He knows his part, he has the capacity, and he's going to honor that. And he's always listening. Where is there a need? Where can I help? Where can I care? He's always attuned to that. So he kind of goes through the day with this dual thing happening. And we can also, because it's extremely empowering, gratifying to have that kind of purpose in life, to be able to be in such a place myself that I can care for others rather than just take from others. How many times do you find yourself, if someone new approaches you and you're a bit wary because you're not quite sure what they want from you? And to have the maturity to be able to play a caring or benevolent role in the world is personally gratifying, but also, quite frankly, much, much needed in the world. And I was remembering an incident this morning when I was in junior high, so about 12 or 13 years old, I guess. And this didn't happen back in the Stone Age. This didn't happen much at that time. It's much more frequent now. But for the first time in my experience, maybe at the school, one of the young students had taken their life. And so, because it was so new, there was no systems in place to support souls through an incident like that, not the students or the teachers. So, it was all very unusual for us. And I remember I was in my homeroom class, and myself and another fellow student, we were called out by our science teacher to come out into the hallway. She wanted to have a private conversation with us. And it was very unusual. I mean, we had good relationship with her, but the incident was so intense. And so she called us into the hall and looked at the two of us and said, "I need your help." And we said, "Okay, no problem." We both loved her. So she said, "We're a bit concerned about your homeroom teacher in the face of this recent incident. We feel it really has rattled her. Can you two keep an eye on her? Make sure she's okay, and just let me know if there's any concerns." We were the students, and she was asking us to take care of someone else, and that always stayed with me. First, that she recognized there was the capacity, but to have an opportunity to play that part, to genuinely care for another human being is perhaps who isn't just a blood relative, anyone uh, does something to our own spirit. It really, we blossom, but also it's so needed in the world. So that means I need to fill up. A mature soul is very content. So let's do a little filling up and see if we can prime ourselves to play that kind of part today as we go through the day. Seated comfortably. Again, eyes can be open also, just in a comfortable way. And I'm going to go inside and take inventory of the stalks in my inner world. It's a very simple thing to do. I just follow my mind for a while, observe my own mind, and see where it goes. Is it going a lot into the busyness? I have so much to do today. Or are there any sweet complaints in my mind? Why am I the one who always has to do everything? Why don't people help me? Where is everyone? What are they doing? Is there any judgment in my mind? Any competing or jealousy or comparing? Any of these thoughts? I am not judging what I see. I'm taking inventory. Very neutral exercise, taking stock. Is there any disturbance or discontentment being expressed through the thoughts in my mind? It's very important information for me. Just as in a stock room, if someone's taking stock and they see a lack, they're going to order that particular thing. Stock up. They won't judge the lack, they'll just know what to do. I need to get that thing now. Any discontentment, any disturbance, do I need to feel valued? Do I need to feel loved? Do I need to feel light, powerful, more real? I watch my mind and try to go to the seed of what's driving the thoughts I see. The seed will reveal the need. And for every human soul, we're so similar. We need to be loved. We need to feel valued. We need to feel we belong. We need to feel safe and secure. We need to feel authentic, pure. We need to feel well-being, completely understandable. If they're not there, it will show up in my mind. Obsessing over mistakes, concerned over work, feeling hurt, misunderstood, insulted, wanting, wanting, wanting. If I'm going to stock up on where I see a lack, I need to go to the right place. I need to know where to shop. And the things I'm lacking, they're not physical things. I can't go to the supermarket and buy some bananas. I need to go to a spiritual shop. Imagine if there's only one shop that stocks what I need. And to enter that one shop, I need to be in a certain state. Just as I may not go to the supermarket in my pajamas. To enter the spiritual shop, I need to be in a spiritual state. I need to remember these are spiritual needs because I'm a spiritual being, a soul. Allowing all of the external to fall away, becoming very quiet, introverted, calm, simple, and present. I, the point of awareness, I, the soul, attuning, orienting towards that spiritual shop where I can stock up. There's nowhere outside. In a sense, I have to go beyond sound and time and action, beyond all physicality, into a realm that's like an ocean of deep peace, nothing physical, as if I am a pearl suspended in an ocean of peace, open, present, calm. This, of course, is the shop of the divine, God's shop. Everything is free as long as I am free, free to receive. This tiny spark of living energy known as God, constantly, constantly radiating everything that feeds the human soul. Almost like the sun, always radiating peace, love, understanding, true power, benevolence, light, bliss. In the ocean of God's vibrations, I begin to fill up those waves of peace and love and light, radiating from such a tiny point that as God washes through my mind, a mind that had been discontent, filling up with such a deep sense of well-being, filling up until not a single trace of desire remains, filling my stocks. And when I feel full, the mind completely content, I'm ready to play a different part in the world. It's not one of taking, expecting, demanding, manipulating, or even begging, but just one of sharing, bestowing, inspiring, understanding. A very mature part in the world where others feel safe, secure, and valued in my presence. And whenever I need, whenever the mind signals there's empty stocks, I go back to the ocean, back to that tiny spark, in God's world and fill up. Om Shanti.